Discipline is identity, which means that once you have built discipline in habits, you start doing everything in a precise manner. You start achieving success, and achieving success in the sense not just to do with the money making part of it, but in everything that you do. Could be exercise, could be health, could be studying, could be even making money. Well, let me introduce myself. I'm Praveen Nair. I'm a celebrity trainer from Mumbai and an entrepreneur. I run Sweat Fit Wellness, wherein we have sweat Pilates and sweat boot camps, and have been doing it from the last couple of years. And what I've learned in the last couple of years of running business and being a trainer is that a perfect schedule that you've written down somewhere, and you start following that structure, you actually save a lot of time, you save a lot of energy, and you can give that energy and the time in the right direction, which you can let you achieve more in life. So I'm going to be talking to you about 10 pointers which are very, very important to know, to implement, to succeed in whatever that you do in life. Let's get deep dive into it.
There are a lot of trainers, but then there is Praveen Nair.
Praveen को मिलो सब कुछ अजीब हो जाएगा.
Ever since Praveen and Mehak came into my life, my whole life changed.
Body strong होता, mind strong होता है. You are the best.
The mantra is Mehak and Praveen's training.
Point number one is about know your why.
And you know the why of doing what you do, you don't need an inspiration.
That's what I get to see that with Kian too. When he got to realize that why is he playing cricket and how important it is to score runs, and in order to score runs, how important it is to be disciplined. That's the time I just saw that, and he has been playing from more than about 6 years now. But the biggest, and I actually have everything written down exactly from the day one till now, which are the matches that he's played and how many runs he's scored, everything. This year has been a drastic change. And actually I got a couple of feedbacks about Kian from the coaches saying that he's slow on the pitch, he has to lose weight, all those things. And we've been actually trying from the last couple of years in order to let him lose that weight. But trust me, when he realized that he would do it, and that actually happened this year over a meeting. A coach actually said to him that, you know what, you are this, you're that. And he actually felt really sad at that point of time, at that day. But that literally changed his thought process and his approach. In the last 30 days, he literally changed everything. He worked out every day. He went for swimming, he took steam, he followed a precise diet, no eating junk at all, not even carbohydrates. So he's a 13-year-old boy, precisely following the diet to the perfection, and actually got him wonderful results. Now he works out at a heart rate about 170, 180, which is a peak heart rate for an athlete to perform. So trains and he goes out and he scores hundreds almost every time. Point number two is about set your goals. Of course, we all have goals, and if in case you don't have goals, you'll just drift around and you'll waste your time. Exactly what Arnold said once in a kind of a seminar. So it's very important that you exactly know your goals. At the same time, break down those goals into achievable targets. In the sense that you want to do a 10 km run, you will break that into starting with about, say, half kilometer, making a habit, working on mobility, and building that habit into a kind of a discipline and a part of your life. Then you would see that you're exactly moving towards achieving that 10 km run dream that you have. So the same principle goes into every part of your life, everything that you do in your life. So you can actually implement something that's SMART. SMART stands for specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and time bound. Now, if you implement this into everywhere, you can actually start seeing results. So rather than just having goals, have the goals which are actually achievable. That'll make a huge difference into the way you're approaching your target. Point number three, create a routine, in the sense that you're going to have a schedule. It's very, very important. It does work really, really well. We see that when you work with transformations, these kind of just implementing the schedule does a huge difference in the whole approach that they do. So you're going to have a schedule that you're going to wake up at about, most importantly, sleep at about 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock. That's a sleeping alarm. Then you're going to wake up at about, say, 5 o'clock in the morning. I'm going to read, meditate for about half an hour, have my first meal or pre-workout drink, head to the gym. Now this is a schedule. If in case you don't have a schedule, you just start doing things randomly and you will become really unproductive. I think one of the best methods to do this is about start writing it down in the day, that what have you done from 5 to 6, 6 to 7, 7 to 8. This lets you really realistically understand where you're productive. Could have you done more than this, more better than this. So writing things down, having a clarity about your day schedule can actually make a huge difference into the overall outcome that you're looking for to achieve. Point number four, start small but build gradually. In the sense, now nobody has ever ran 42-kilometer run in a day. They actually build that habit, or I've seen people actually, going for a dream run, then making that into a 10 km, then 21, and eventually into a 42-kilometer run. That's the exact principle that you should implement. Take one goal at a time, achieve that one goal. You may want to start with a goal of, in the night after 7 or 8 o'clock, I won't use social media, I won't use my mobile. That could be one of the really good one that you can implement. In the morning when I wake up, I won't use my mobile, I won't do anything else, but my priority is going to be always working out or just taking a walk, doing the mobility. These kind of small changes can really make a big difference in the way you approach in the whole day, whole week, eventually whole year. Point number 5, eliminate distractions. And you must have heard, and a lot of people keep saying this one, that you are an outcome of the 5 people that you spend time with. If in case you're spending time with millionaires, you will start thinking like them. If you're spending a lot of time with fitness enthusiasts, you will start thinking like them. You start adapting that particular lifestyle into you. Similar manner, you just want to figure out what exactly the distraction that you have around you. Could be YouTube, could be Instagram, could be anything in that particular manner. You're gonna have, there are a lot of actually application that comes, you can implement it. You actually, in fact, the Apple mobile gives you a notification of how many hours that you have spent on the screen and is it really healthy for you or not. So those kind of app and really keeping control on your time spent. There are a lot of things we just get carried away most of the time. So there are a lot of things that you can actually do in order to really control and let your mind know exactly what have you done and how to improvise on that. Point number 6, use the 5-second rule. If you like procrastinating, count down from 5 and start immediately. This interrupts hesitation in the sense that you have a task and you're really thinking about should I do it or not. You can just count 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 and just jump into the task. Start doing that task. This actually works a lot. Not only from the point of view of this, but at the same time, normally to do with anything. So workout, you think that, let me just do this, let me just do that, and keep pushing that few seconds to few minutes and then few hours. Is it very important in my life? Okay, yes it is. Then start doing that, and that's right away, that same time. Point number 7, and it's the most important thing. It's about being accountable. Now, we get to meet a lot of people, and most of the people come to Sweat Pilates or Sweat Boot Camp is to do weight loss or probably to get fit. Everybody knows what is fitness and everybody knows what is to eat, and everybody knows that eating a lot of oily foods or probably cooked in oil will become trans fat, and you should not be doing that. But that exactly everybody does it. It's not that they don't know about it, it's about they're not accountable about this one. And I've seen that when you probably tell this to your friend that I'm going to do this in the next month. When you actually say these things to your friend, you set goals that next 1 week let's go and work out every single day. Next 1 week let's read this book. Now this becomes really keeping someone accountable, and you are accountable because now you've said these things to that person. Similar manner, you can just announce your transformation on a social media platform. You will say that, you must have seen this in fact, people writing day 1 out of day 90, day 10 out of day 90, and those exactly take some accountability. There are a number of ways to do it. One of the most important things is about letting the social media, the people know about that, what exactly you're doing. Unknowingly, you are becoming accountable on what you have committed to the world, and you want to be more precisely doing this manner because now you've said something to someone. So come on and let's commit something to the world, or probably tell your closest friend that I'm going to be doing this one. Can we talk about this after a week? And I want to just keep myself accountable, and it does really work well for everyone. Point number 8, and I do this a lot of times in my day-to-day life or with me, not even with my family or with my kids, but a lot of time I do this with myself. So for example, say, one of the biggest things about following diet is not easy, and what I'm doing at this point of time, I'm following about almost 18 to 20 hours of fasting and having 2 meals, which is actually very difficult, but of course that's become pretty much a part of my life now. But now what do we do that once a week or once in 15 days we have a cheat meal. We all of us sit together, me, Meg, Kian, Kiara, we all of us sit together, we either have biryani, out of which we allow a bit of rice, about 3 or 4 spoons of rice, and some sort of a meal which is not exactly what we follow every day. Now we only do this when we have followed that 1 week or 15 days of precise diet or precise eating pattern, precise intermittent fasting plan. If we miss this out, we didn't follow intermittent fasting, we missed out all of those, didn't follow proper diet, we would miss out the cheat meal or probably the meal that we celebrate meal, we miss out on this one. Apart from that, what do we do that? Me and Mehak, what do we do that? We plan travel. Now we set ourselves a target of opening a new outlet or achieving a certain number of target in the sales, selling a certain number of membership. Then we said, okay, now we've done this. Next month we're going to go out and take a trip. So those things really, it actually works well when you actually give a reward to that muscle group. So do this, try this out, and I'm sure that it's going to work out really well for you guys. Point number 9, embrace the discomfort. You know, you must have heard a lot of times that what is comfortable, it's easy to do it, right? And discomfort is what lets you get that results done. You know, I've heard this story of a girl actually studying underneath the street light and becoming a CA. It was uncomfortable for her to do it, but she did it. And everybody doesn't have a six-pack, and everybody can't 42-kilometer run. All the people can't wake up at about 5 in the morning, the 5 a.m. club, okay? These are the people who has developed these kind of skills in them. And they have taught the body, taught the mind to actually adapt or learn or get through that discomfort and becoming a stronger version of themselves. And I think it does work really well. When I train my clients in the gym, or when I train Kian in the gym, I actually push them a lot. I tell them a story. Do you want to really achieve that? This discomfort that you have is going to be driving towards letting you achieve that goal that you have. For example, when Kian goes to the match, it's very difficult. In the sense, they're actually standing under the sun for about almost 8 or 9 hours, which they would get to the ground by about say 8:39. And in Mumbai, it's actually quite hot at about 8:39. And then they would stay back till about almost 4:35 in the evening to complete match. And Ken is actually an opening batsman, is a keeper, which means that most of the time he does keeping or batting, then he's directly switching over to the next category of thing that he's doing. In the sense, he has done the keeping in the beginning of the first spell, then he would directly go to the next one, it's going to be opening batsman. So very demanding. It does need a lot of mindset strength, at the same time physical strength too. So we actually train him at about say 170, 180 heart rate. We keep back-to-back classes for him. That is mind and the body is trained to actually adapt to this situation. Being discomfort and achieving something very, very special. So try this out. Point number 10, be patient and persistent. Discipline is a skill, and this particular skill does take a lot of times, and once you achieve this, you can achieve pretty much everything in life. That could be from the point of view. What martial arts practice is about discipline, right? Showing up every time. They really emphasize a lot of things, and exactly that does work really well. In my mind, I'm already the biggest star of the Bollywood, and that's exactly what we're seeing. We are seeing Raghav is turning out to be one of the best actor. You know, he's doing wonderful things. You must have seen a lot of movies coming up with Raghav. So I'm really proud about Raghav, very hardworking guy. So what I'm trying to make it a point here is that, and that's the quality about them, you know, Shraddha Kapoor, Kartik Aaryan, all these people that have trained Sushant Singh Rajput, every day is not the same day, but they show up with discipline. And I still remember when I trained Sushant for almost 6 years, every time he reached the gym before me, almost 15 to 20 minutes prior, he would sit there, wait for me. Have you ever heard about this one? Like me being a trainer, I almost make it a point that I am about 5 or 8 minutes prior to the time that I'm committed to anyone. But Sushant used to come 15 to 20 minutes prior and be waiting for me. But of course, when I trained him, every day was in the same session. There are sometimes he goes to auditions and comes back, and then he would say that, Praveen, you know what, I tried my best. Let's do an easy session today comparatively. So it's all about discipline. It's all about following the schedule that you set yourself up into and seeing results, maybe small ones, but seeing every day. Eventually, you know that by the end of the year, by the end of the 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, you actually have achieved what you aim to achieve. So wish you all the best, everyone. And third, I'm a firm believer of discipline, and that's exactly what I implement with my kids, my clients, everyone. Thought of making this video because I watch a lot of videos on YouTube, and these kind of videos that actually helps me to get that mindset clear. You know what? Stay focused in my life, all those things. So I thought of sharing these few pointers, 10 pointers with you guys to really enhance and get better with your life. Being said that, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe, hit that bell icon. This channel actually provides you lots of insights about fitness, information, sales, pretty much everything that you need to get better, become a better product. So we run Sweat Blood Sweat boot camps. If in case you live in this area of Mumbai, please drop in. We do provide complimentary session. You can come and experience the program, experience the trainer, experience the teaching quality. And if you stay far, you can always opt out for the online training. Come on to Sweat Fit Wellness application where you can keep your fitness completely accountable with us. You can track your water, intermittent fasting, and even calories. So I'm looking forward to seeing the next video. Stay fit, stay happy, stay pre-planned. Much love.